And welcome to Kakaaki Social. I am Ohimaya Maize, your anchor on this segment. This is the segment of the show where we spotlight the issues shaping conversations in the Nigerian social media. Renewed attacks in Kaduna State have left at least 9 people dead. The attacks occurred at about 4 a.m. on Saturday in the Nandugbok village of Sangal local government area of Kaduna State. And then this is coming at the heels of several and incessant attacks that have happened in Kaduna local government, which have also left scores of people dead. We saw a tweet from Namdi Obasi tweet and said, Nigeria, at least 10 people killed, over 30 houses burnt as armed men invaded Nandugbok community in Sanga local government area of Kaduna State yesterday, 16th March. Residents say attackers struck around 4 a.m. Children among those killed. And of course, Daily Trust gave us an account of that report and details from that report confirming the incident. The chairman of Sanga Local Government Council, Mr. Charles Danladi, said normalcy had since returned to the affected village. Mr. Danladi said authorities of the local government had intensified efforts at dousing tension to prevent possibility of counter reprisals. He said youth of the area had been summoned and counseled against embarking on any act capable of escalating the ugly situation. In an interview, a resident of the affected village who sought anonymity said the attack was suspected to have been launched by herders as a reprisal after they were initially attacked before the last election, where 11 cows and 28 sheep were killed. And then from Twitter user Deji Adeonju tweeted and said, the killers in Kaduna, are they invincible or above the law? Just wondering why they never get caught. Oh, sorry, forgot someone says he pays them off. And of course, we saw a Twitter user as well, Prof. Aboki tweeting, said, Pium Pium, in a civilized climate, an intellectual like Governor El-Rufai of Kaduna State would have resigned by now. As a journalist, I'm forced to lose my thoughts about the killings in Kaduna State. Why hold on to power when you can't protect lives and properties, Your Excellency? And then from Twitter user Michael Donovan Ezelo tweeting at Eon7, why is there no outrage over the genocide going on in southern Kaduna? These killings must stop. A society cannot normalize murder. And then from Anselm Kadiri, I'm not pleased that majority of us are calling for condemnation of the southern Kaduna killings. What good will it do? This problem is deeper and needs more than just a few soldiers or some fine-crafted condemnations. We don't value human life anymore in this country. Shame. And then also we saw another tweet from Osife Komak tweeting and said, Governor El-Rufai inherited a rather peaceful Kaduna, but see what the state has become under him due to reckless talk, arrogance, pride, and poor crisis management. Leadership requires more than education and grammar. And from the Christian Broadcast Network in the report said at least 120 people have been killed in a series of alleged attacks by the Fulani militia on Christian communities in the Adara chiefdom of southern Kaduna in Nigeria since February. At least 120 people killed. And then from Larry Olainka calling out the governor of Kaduna State said, with all the killings in southern Kaduna, has anyone seen Governor Nasir El-Rufai? Is he still sleeping? But the Kaduna State government in a statement has called and appealed for peace. Part of that statement reads, government, security agencies, traditional and religious institutions will continue to work towards sustainable peace in this moment of grief. We must come together to defeat the machinations of those who have no notion of respect for the lives of others. President Muhammadu Buhari has also reacted to the killings in Kaduna, albeit with some hint of frustration. And he has also complained that people are politicizing the killings in Kaduna and making it very difficult for the government to intervene. Details of that report by Punch. He said a, quote, lack of cooperation by those involved might frustrate the government's efforts towards finding a lasting solution, especially if those efforts are politicized, end quote. Sounding frustrated, the president noted, quote, if the people resist government's effort to hold the perpetrators and their sponsors accountable, it will be very difficult to bring the violence to a permanent end, end quote. He also expressed his regrets, quote, everything is politicized in Nigeria, including the efforts to bring offenders to justice, because their people will rise up in arms to resist their arrest and prosecution, end quote, from President Muhammadu Buhari in a statement issued on his behalf by Garba Shehu. And then we go now to this story that is trending. Vice President Yemi Oshibajo has said that President Muhammadu Buhari might just be poorer than he was before he became president in 2015. Okay, let's take a look at details from that report, which was filed by Daily Post. Quote, when I looked at his assets declaration form, I was checking it in 2015. I said to him, Mr. President, I am so much richer than you. It is an embarrassment. He said, I am only a soldier. You are a big lawyer, so you should have more money than me. I can tell you that he is perhaps even poorer than he was in 2015 when I saw his declaration of assets form. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo speaking about his principal, President Muhammadu Buhari. Twitter user Nwarazu tweeting said, subtle message that regression is okay. I don't know if it's to score a political point or to appease followers who delight in poverty, but this is dangerous to our economy. Another Twitter user, Basi_247 said, Kai, this touch not my anointed Bible verse and home training will not let me say what's on my mind. And then from Mr. Stanley Wabia, well, perhaps the 16 million naira power bike Yusuf bashed the other day was bought with President Buhari's life savings. And then from another Twitter user, Lord Tyrion 4, surely his salary as president is more than that of a retired general. His children have finished school. He is being fed by the government and his medical bills taken care of. So also transportation, feeding, NEPA bills, etc. What exactly does he spend his money on to make him poorer? J. Koro Fisher tweeting said, Buhari is poorer, Nigeria is also poorer. Why can't he just step down to allow someone that is rich make Nigeria richer? Another Twitter user, Alex to the World, tweeting said, I read this hoping that it is just sensational headline. This glorification of poverty has to stop. That a man is poor does not make him honest, and riches don't equate to corruption. If indeed he's poorer today, then it is not for integrity, but for lack of basic financial management. And then one more tweet there, Loretta Iwere tweeting said, thank God that as a pastor, you are already familiar with the verse that says, all liars will perish in the lake of fire. That's where I'll rest my case. Nonsense. We go now to New Zealand, where, of course, at least 50 people were killed on Friday when a gunman attacked a mosque. And one of the senators in New Zealand, Senator Annin Fraser, came out to say that Muslim immigrants in New Zealand were responsible for that attack. And while he was giving a press conference, something interesting happened. A younger kid smashed an egg on his head. Let's take a look at that, details of that over the next few slides. You could see reports also stated that the 17-year-old boy was arrested but was released without charge, pending a further investigation. We'll now go and take a look at the video of what exactly happened and how Nigerians on Instablog Nigeria were reacting to the video you're about to watch. Let's take a look at this video.
I'm not letting him go. Get your arm off me. Right, that's fine. Get a cops in. Get a cops in. He's fine, he's fine. He's going to submit. Submit it. Submit it. Sit it.
I think we should probably hold on.
Let him out. So you don't need to say this.
No. Their own.
Okay, very interesting development there. Smart Mourinho posting on Instablog Nigeria said, this is excellent. I know one senator like that. He deserves the same treatment. Let me go and fetch some eggs. Maradona said, if we can't start doing these things in Nigeria, it's not going to be better forever. See confidence. Adeswadi said, he deserves it. Why the heck would a public officer make such crazy statement against a particular religion due to the actions of a minority few? And there are more comments yesterday. The boys from Jane Flora, the boy still went ahead to make videos after cracking the egg on his head. I love being crazy. Posting said, this boy go down the hospital by now if it were in the giant of Africa. Shaking my head. And from Honey Cane, but really, I love the senator's quick response by sounding the hell out of the disrespectful kid. What an insolence. We move on from that issue to photographs of Governor Yaya Bello sparring at an imaginary opponent. These photographs are trending right now in the social media that we saw from Twitter user Henry Shield. This is a governor in Nigeria. Dear Kogi people, accept our sincere sympathies. Let's take a look at those photographs very quickly over the next 4 slides. Photographs of Governor Yaya Bello, which are trending right now in the social media. You wonder, is he preparing to knock out Senator Dino Melai? Well, I didn't say that. Okay. From Hello Jabba One posting said, Rochas and this guy did the same WhatsApp group. And then from Ivy McCarthy, God really blessed Kogi State with a singing senator and a governor who is a boxer. Village native Dr. Poston said, this is what happens when a governor is jobless. With someone like this as governor and Dino as senator, we don't need to look far why Kogi State is the way it is. Twitter user Solar Unique said, hey Chi, the governor of Kogi State, Governor Yaya Bello, preparing to fight Dino. But one of his aides, Benga Olorupami, in a Twitter said, fun fact, Governor Yaya Bello was an amateur boxer in his younger years. His interest in sports is undoubted, hence the investment in the state teams. Kogi United FC will attest to that. And we go now to Instagram again, where a Nigerian and comedian MC Abeda Prof has laid a complaint on his Instagram page that his car had an accident, and when he went to the police station, they demanded 10,000 naira just to write a statement about what happened. This is so annoying. Had an accident and needed to go write a statement at the police station in Maroko, Oniru, Lekki, so I can have it documented for insurance sake. And the police was asking me to pay 10K for statement. This is, to me, shameful. Let's take a look at this video and some Nigerians reacted.
Gentlemen, I don't understand. I don't get Nigerian police. How can I had this accident this morning, right? And went to the police station just to get statement, you know, and just for statement, police, they're asking me to pay 10K for statement. For statement, 10K. Who does that? This is why people don't have confidence in them anymore. How can I be paid? Where do they pay 10K to write statement? It's a sad country that we're in. It's so discouraging.
Okay, let's go to the comment section. Oluwa Sheumat posted and said, same happened to a friend. They allow him write the statement and later ask him to pay for biro and paper. What a country. May God help us in this country. Official ONG posting said, it is better to report a criminal to a native doctor than to report to the police. Like Bashos Bossa in a post said, I'm at my wits' end, honestly. It's almost like everything is programmed to frustrate people. The 10K is for what exactly? Paper, ink, your brain, your thought process? What exactly? So annoying. And then we saw another comment from Adeni Kel. He is not lying, Biko. I was duped and went to write statement so they can bring the person in for questioning. Policemen were asking of their court from money they have not received, self. I just got tired and ignored the money. And they say that old soldiers never die. Yes, old soldiers never die. We're about to take a look at a video of former President Olusegun Obasanjo stepping on the dance floor. And Tunde had not shared this video with us on Instagram. He said, Baba just danced more and headed to where food is to regain his energy. Let's take a look at this video. Okay, an old video of the former president, but reposted again and generating new comments from our DMG 664. OBJ is the most favored Nigerian. God gave him privilege twice to liberate Nigeria, but he misappropriated it. Felix Oko said even our president, whose football age is 72, cannot do like this. And from D18th, I remember when I was a lot younger, my sister and I used to fight over him saying he was our father. I don't know about that. Okay, guys, this is where we draw the curtain this morning on Kakaaki Social. Please follow the conversation on all our social media platforms at Kakaaki Social on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Kakaaki Social. I am Ohimaya Maize. Kakaaki Social returns tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Hopefully, I will be standing. Okay, take care and bye, and see you tomorrow morning.